Stop wasting your money on online courses and books. I know that's a crazy thing for a guy that is an author and the author of courses, of which I have almost 30 courses and about 150,000 students. But I think you should stop wasting your money on online courses and books. Let me explain. The vast majority of people, actually, before I explain this, I'm going to tell you a little story, a personal story. So I have built a career in the technology industry. And last year, after a lot of work, we put together and released, actually it's the beginning of this year, a course called The Blueprint to Channel Manager Sales. And really what it is, it's a blueprint, which half of this course is actually on LinkedIn Learning right now. We licensed a small portion of it to there, and it's doing extremely well. But the full version is on my platform, Say Less Academy. But when it was released, a couple of months later, I'm not gonna say the name because it doesn't matter who this person is, but someone released another course in the industry. Someone that's in the industry released a channel manager training course. Cool. I have no problem with it. The barrier to redoing content is not very high, so more luck to you. Anyway, there were a couple of posts that came out where people mentioned me and my course and this other person's course. And I was, to say offended is a strong word, not offended, but didn't like it. Here's why I didn't like it. And here's the reason why you need to stop spending your money on courses and books. Because just because someone puts out a course or a book does not mean that they're qualified to or that it is good. And 90% of the time, it is not good. And there's a reason for that. I like to cook. I'm sure a lot of you out there like to cook as well. And you could probably knock out a gourmet meal, right? You get your recipe book. I've done it. I like Food and Wine Magazine, so I'll choose a recipe out of Food and Wine Magazine, put my little zhuzh on it and make it special, and I'll knock that bad boy out and it'll be great. Does that make me a gourmet chef? Of course it doesn't make me a gourmet chef because I haven't done the work. I haven't been to school. I don't understand the ins and outs of cooking. I don't understand the chemistry. I don't understand all those things because I'm doing it part-time. Sure, I've been cooking all my life. Again, that does not make me a gourmet chef. So let's bring this back to the authoring of books and online courses and what this means to you and how I'm going to give you guys a couple of tidbits. I'm going to give you some advice at the end of this thing. So when I wrote my book, Shut the Hell Up and Sell, I hired one of the best coaches in the industry of publishing to help me to be able to create a book from my thoughts. When people write a book, it's just a brain dump, and it's really more of a journal than something that serves the audience that you're looking to serve. That is the key difference. So the reason why 90% of books out there suck is because they're writing the book for themselves because they have no appreciation or education around what it means to write for you, the audience. And in online courses, it's the same thing. Anyone who has some information, anyone who has some knowledge, anyone that's been in it, I don't care whether you've been in the industry for 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 30 years, they set out to create a course so they can monetize their learnings or monetize their experience. But here's the problem. They have no education or appreciation for curriculum building and outcomes and results. I saw on Substack this very big Substack dude who has a whole lot of followers, and he said that, I don't know where he pulled this statistic out, but the statistic was basically something like, I don't know, it was a really small percentage of people that start courses that actually finish courses. I will tell you that with my courses, that number is extremely high. Meaning that the amount of people that start, that finish. But it's not just because of magic and because I'm just so dynamic. No, it's because I have an education around curriculum building. I have a master's degree in curriculum building. And I obtain that through the education and the work that LinkedIn put me through in order to be an author that could license content to their platform. So where I'm saying to stop waste your money, I'm saying stop wasting your money on all these people that don't understand how to create curriculum. They're just brain dumping. That's the reason why people don't finish these courses. They give people too much. So here's some advice. If you are interested in writing a book or creating a course, the first thing you have to understand is that it ain't about you, boo. It's not about you. Everything has to be about the audience and educating them. First, when you have that philosophy, you think about it in a different way. When I'm writing, whether it's authoring a course or I'm probably going to work on a couple more books here, I'm thinking about how I can be prescriptive, how I can connect and relate. I'm thinking about how people can get outcomes. And then I'm thinking about how people consume. Here's a little hint for you guys, a little tidbit. When I'm doing courses, I think about my audience and how they consume, how much information they can receive, and how they can actually put action to these things, right? And so because of that, most people that do courses, they just want to brain dump and share everything. Everything ain't gonna help people. What they need is fundamental learnings. They need prescriptive learning. You have to stay at this level. You go super deep, you're losing your audience. And 90% of the people that get in your course will not get out of it what they need to get. Yes, you'll have that top 10% that they're super into you, they're super into the content, the nerds, for lack of a better way to put it, and they're gonna get all into that. But the problem is you're losing 90% of people. This is just a little insight into how I think, how I create coursework, how I author. But understanding this isn't just because I somehow through osmosis figured this shit out. No, it's because I've been educated. Oh, bring that back up. I've been educated by the very best. I've been educated by people and platforms that have their 10,000 hours, right? And that it's their business to create the very best content that people engage with and that people can get outcomes from. So stop wasting your money. Start vetting the people. Just because someone has a camera and just because someone has access to Teachable or Udemy does not mean that you should be spending your money with them. And I will tell you right now, anything that I have out there, which for the record, my book, look at the ratings. My book has, I don't know exactly, they are on Amazon, it's, I don't know, I think it's a 5, they have 5 stars. Is that what they do? Anyway, it is very near the top. If you look at the ratings of my courses, again, I've had almost 100, we're nearing 150,000 people educated or learners. My courses average 4.8 and 4.7 out of 5. That's not just because I got a nice smile. It's because people are able to get practical, prescriptive direction that they can apply in their business. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoy this content, please subscribe to Substack. Paid subscribers, we're going to be doing a whole lot of cool things for y'all. So make sure you get into that. Check out the courses on sayless.academy or LinkedIn Learning for deeper knowledge and deeper instruction. Make sure you're participating or checking into my different opportunities for that, lives and AMAs and stuff like that, so where we can get deeper into some of these concepts, or more specifically, hang out with me here on Substack, because Substack is where I'm going deep with the knowledge, and I want to make sure that you get that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mama and them, tell your cousins, tell everybody, come hang out with me on Substack. Peace.